So what's important in this problem is that we need to find the slope so that we can figure out the perpendicular slope. So on the formula booklet, the slope or the gradient, I probably should say gradient because we're talking IB here. So the gradient formula is m equals y, let's actually bring it up here. Right there. Y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that's going to be, we'll call these x1, y1, x2, y2. So it'll be 2 minus -7 over -6 minus 6, which is 9 over -12. So there is our gradient for L1. L2 is perpendicular, which means flip it and change the sign. This fraction is negative, that fraction is positive, so that is our gradient. It wants the equation of the line that goes through oh, sorry, I forgot to miss this part. M is the midpoint of AB. So L2, I'm going to also need the midpoint. So if I go back to my formula booklet, I believe this one was up at the top. There's our midpoint formula right there. So to find the midpoint of this, let's go back to what we're doing here. So to find the midpoint, I'm going to do x2 plus x1 over 2, y2 plus y1 over 2. Give me the midpoint. So that's going to be, let's see here, -6 plus 6 over 2, and then -7 plus 2 over 2, which is 0 and -2.5. You put that right in the calculator. So my line is going to go through this point with this slope. Now this formula is not on the formula sheet. Point slope formula. If you want to draw a picture of this, you can absolutely do that. You're going to have start at -2.5 there. You're going to want to reduce the slope. You draw a picture and find the y-intercept that way if it works out for you. You also can use the gradient intercept formula, but I rather would do this because this way I can just plug the stuff in and then move it around if I have to. So y minus -2.5 equals 12 over 9 times x minus 0, which is y plus 2.5 equals 12 over 9 x, because x minus 0 is just x. It wants it into the y equals form. So I got to move the 2.5 around. So minus 2.5 minus 2.5, y equals 12 over 9 x minus 2.5. So that's going to be my equation of my line. There's other ways that you could have done that. That's the way that I normally do it.